All right, welcome back, guys. This is Deep Solver, and we're doing early position versus button, and we are going to be in early position. This is like an early Christmas, not early Christmas gift. I actually stayed home for Christmas, and I figured I'd make a video to help learn, you know, ranges. So we can look here, like the button cold calling, probably going to be like a lot of suited nines, right? Yeah, some suited eights, like 10-8, 9-8, all those 7-8, 7-6, 6-5, 5-4, Jack 10, Broadways, suited Broadways, and they will throw in some like Ace 10, Ace Jack, King Jack, King Queen in their flatting range. This is our opening range, basically suited eights, offsuit tens. We now, do we want to bet on this board? First thing I always try to ask for myself is like, is this board good for my range? Like, do I, number one, am I betting 6x? No. Do I have pocket sixes in my range? Yeah, but it's, you know, more bottom of my range. I do have pocket nines. Um, we have some 7-8. We have aces. We have kings. So interesting board. I'm going to think it's like, yeah, it's really split down the middle here. It's not split down the middle. It's 40% check, 60% bet. And what would you be betting here? You are betting actually a lot of your 9x. Um, and I'm assuming a lot of your ace x. Then there's going to be hands with spades in it and stuff like that. So here, I would think it's that's this is going to probably be a check fold. Since we played it that route, probably better to bet there on this ace high board. Um, Again, and another question I ask myself is like, what does this guy's range look like? And like right here, I have like the jacks and the queens and the kings and the aces and ace 10 suited and ace 10 offsuit. I have hands that are you know above, but this also smacks the buttons like calling range. Like 8-9's already there. Um, it's gonna call with a lot of like like king 5 suited, king 6 suited, maybe. Yeah, right here, king 6 suit, like suited hand. So it's better to go slow here, but we do have two overcards. So like the third question I like to ask myself is, if I bet and I get raised, will I love it? So that's sometimes the question I ask before I bet. So if I bet here and I get raised, will I love it? To be honest, I wouldn't hate it. Doesn't really matter. I think I could just fold. Um, but we just do so much checking from out of position. So I think we just take our check. It could just be a check full. This is very close if he bets. All right, so a 9 gives us, a straight. We still have two overcards. It's probably like 50-ish, 50-ish to bet here. 62%. For this price, I wonder, yeah, we can stay in, which makes sense, right? And what is he doing this with? He could be doing this with like the king of clubs, or just, small bets on the turn usually are either like draws that are trying to get there, or I wouldn't say strength. Um, we have a one liner here. The button has just way more like, what is it, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like he just has. I have more high cards. He has more low cards. I feel like we have to check here. But yeah. Um, Here with the queen. All right. So here you would think, right? Let's hand read. Pocket jacks with 3-bet. Right. He can't have pocket jacks. He can have pocket eights, and he can have pocket fives. We also can have, which he doesn't have. He shouldn't have queens, kings, aces, ace king. All those hands. It would be 3-bet. But we have even ace jack. We have jacks. The question is, This is another one that's just so close. I guess maybe bet. Yeah, it is the correct answer, but it's so maybe a bigger bet could have been better. I don't know. We're still 100% GTO. And then we got to figure out what's calling. So like a decent Jack X might raise, you would think, because of the two diamonds, unless they have a diamond. So think a lot of times Jack X would raise. So, but he does have a lot of like King 8 suited, Ace 8 suited, those types of hands. 8 9 just get there, 8 7 suited. So 8X does make sense. Um, Interesting here. I don't think we will bet. I think we're gonna check and realize, and it's like, hey, gut shot, right? You got shot 2 overs. Headshot 2 overs. I mean, you can can King Queen. Why would King Queen ever want to raise here? By the way, it's not though. I mean, yeah, it's hard to chase a gut shot. I know we have 2 overcards, but technically, you could be dead. You could be drawing to maybe a diamond that could kill us. I guess it is just a check fold. The more hands you keep doing repetition, the better you will get at this. If this was like Queen Ace, King, Queen, I think you can bet. Double Broadway boards, we can start leading out more. I mean, can we bet here? Yes. Double Broadway board, Queen 10. It's just I thought maybe it would have to be Queen Jack, but double Broadway board, we have more of those. You would think pocket tens might 3-bet to isolate and get the blinds out. And same thing with the pocket queens. He can have Queen 10 suited. Do we continue betting here? Is this like a 3 street hand? I think not. I think we can check. Let him bet. Like his 8 9s. Oh, that's already got there. Jack X hands. I blocked that. I don't know. I guess we just let him keep going with this, right? Can he have a better? He could have King Queen suited or King Queen O. So he definitely could have a better one, but that's a great river. I think we just check back to him, and that's where a lot of people screw up, man. I get it. You want to just it looks too strong. It'll look like you have a flush or whatever, and you might scare him away. You're checking back the initial razor, and um, sometimes you get paid off. Like here, I don't think you can go wrong with like a lot here. To be honest, it's probably better check, but you could bet and still call a raise. But I think it's probably oh no, you probably just bet, man. Just bet. You got a really good draw, and the board is like 6-5 queen. Like so now we have a really cool hand. It's like I think we want to bet. All right, so there is a good spot. We want to go smaller, not bigger. Just bet small something. We have like a ton of equity. We did hit it. I think we just bet here for value, and we do get called. Um, Now these none of these cards are in my range at all, right? I mean, pocket eights, I guess, which I would probably check and check raise. Maybe I have some 8 7, right? Like I do. I have a smidge of 8 7, not too much though. So it's just not a really great board for me. Even if I had over pairs, it's a great hand for nines and tens and jacks to check and then check raise. Try to get value from those king eights and those types of hands in the draws. So I think this might be a check fold here, just because we have the hearts. If this 7 was a heart, I think we could continue, but it's not. So here I think we bet here. I'm wrong, but I mean the board looks that board favors us, and like he doesn't have jacks, aces, like it's hand read, right? The button, aces, kings, and queens. All right, he has some jacks, but a lot of time he will be 3-betting those. But I'm just saying, it's just now I would check, and I would probably check fold just because I would say, what do I beat here? I really don't beat anything. And why would I want to keep putting money in marginal spots? It's when on the turn you want to get rid of stuff like that. Double Broadway board here. I think you can do a lot here. I think you could. I think actually, let's just go for value straight up. I mean, if he folds, he folds. It's the type of hand, ace king, you kind of want to go three streets, if that makes sense. Again, here I was telling you this would probably, I'd put in a check raise hand, but he checked it back. So probably going to look to go for value on the turn if it's, like, I feel like that's a perfect card to start betting. It is. He calls, so he could have like ace five or ace four, heart draws, 3x, just ace three suited or something, king three suited or something. Maybe he's opening wide. All right, we will check. Oh, that's wrong. So we were supposed to bet there. Get called by pocket sevens. Yeah, that. So that was our first little blunder. Again, hand read, guys. Boom, right off the bat. 3, 6, 10. Discoordinated board for sure. But nothing really hits our range here. But I wonder, oh god, is this a big bet? It is, right? I just knew it was because look at the board. 3, 6, 10. I'm just 3, 6, 10. Nobody has any of that. There are no straight draws, no nothing. So our jacks, our ace 10, our over pairs, why wouldn't they want to go big here? Getting called is weird. So there's 5, 4. You might call with like 6x and obviously 10x. So kind of helps his range though, man. I think here, like if we picked up like a 9, even an 8, a queen, a jack, a king, we would keep barreling. Since we didn't, you got to learn to like shut it down, and this would be the time to shut it down. It's a great tool by these guys, and PLL genius as well. Here, king, I do block king, queen suited is kind of a combo you could call here. It's been check, 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 check. I wonder. I think we should probably. I think we're supposed to bet small there, though, guys, and not go. We did get the guy to fold, but I think just betting small there would have done the same thing. Double Broadway board again. Ace Queen for just doing range versus range. This guy right here does not have aces. He doesn't have Ace Queen much like he does. Like, where is he? Button. Well, it's got more than I thought, but in general, I think we can bet this board. 63% we can. Didn't raise, so maybe queen 10, queen 9 suited, things like that. Start thinking like that. Clubs, crappy ace X or something maybe. So kind of pick up a little more equity. I think this is very getting close, but I think we can check now. And you would think that like an ace would bet because of the double, spades and clubs. The 8 hits at the end. I wonder. I don't think King X does, man. I think we just stay the course. I hope this stuff helps, man.